Good morning and welcome to the Market Call-Up brought to you by yours truly, the Value Flow Trading team. And we are here for the Market Call-Up recap for this week. Here in the Market Call-Up recap, we're looking at pairs that we've analyzed all week long and we want to see what they have done during the week and what we're expecting to see at the close of the week starting today. Okay, today is Friday, the 27th of February. 2026 rather, the last trading week for the month as we resume the new month in March. We hope we all resume in strength and we resume in happiness. Okay, welcome once again to the Market Call-Up brought to you by yours truly, the Value Flow Trading team. Quickly, we're going to be heading straight into the chart and we're going to be looking at pairs for GBP USD, GBP JPY. We're going to be looking at the yen pairs. We're going to be looking at gold, looking at synthetics, US stock indices, currency pairs as we roll through the market color. So sit tight and enjoy the rest of the market color. My name is CJ and I'm going to be taking you on the very first part of today's market color. In the first part here, we're looking at gold against the dollar first, and then we'll be looking at the yen pairs and the yen basket. So these are the things we aim to cover for today's market color. All right. So let's head straight into the charts as we begin our analysis for today. Very interesting things has been happening on the chart, especially with gold, and then on the pairs. Quickly, in no distant time, you will see my screen where you'll be having similar analysis as me. All right, so straight into the chart, we're looking at gold. And of course, we like to start on a higher time frame so to see what has happened all week long. So this week, gold has been ranging, to be honest, and it has been quite confusing for some people. But overall, we have a predetermined place we wanted to see gold sell to, all right, or buy to rather before the sell. Originally, in the beginning of the week, we wanted to see gold get to 5,250. This orange line right here. This is where we marked for a gold buy. Okay, we wanted to see a gold buy all the way to this region, and then afterwards wanted to see a gold sell into this level here, and then a buy back to the upside. And you can see gold is playing it out like a script. Let's take this off so that you can have a clear chart. So for gold, we analyzed last week that I wanted to see gold buy into this place here, this 2,500, and then give a quick retracement to this region here, and then a possible expansion. But it just did two of the three things we expected, which is buying into this level and retracing into here. But the buying back above, it has not been able to do that. In the last couple of days, gold has really been struggling along this path, and we're expecting to see a possible break or a serious reversal back to the downside. For me, I've seen two out of the three things I expected to play out on gold. I'm not expecting anything more at this point because gold is not giving any reason to buy strongly to the upside. Instead, it's even giving more reasons to maybe further sell to the downside. Comparing the of this expansion, we're expecting some equivalent retracement all the way to maybe 50% or 61.8%. So I'm expecting to see what is going to happen if gold should start selling. And one of the places I'll be looking to see a sell get to is around this region here. There's been a cluster around there, cluster of activities around this region, a couple of other blocks and the likes. So I'm expecting to see what gold is going to do around here. So for me, I'm looking if gold is going to break this range to the downside, then I'll be expecting the range to trade all the way to this level that I just showed you all. All right, so I'm expecting gold to sell all the way to this level right below here. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting for a gold sell. Now let's look at the lower time frame. Yeah, on the 1 hour time frame, you can see how it has been struggling to break. And this range, I still expect it to break to the downside. On the 15 minutes time frame as well, you can see what has been happening. Now, the funny thing is that I wouldn't be looking for a sell around here. It's not going to be wise to do so because, I mean, if you look at previous sells around this region or this range, they were all short-lived. None of them lasted longer than this last one here. So for me, I'll just sit out gold and wait for it to break. Okay, once it breaks, then I'll start looking for my trade because seeing how gold has traded into one of the highest trading instruments at this point, any little distance that has been made will cost you a great loss. So it's best to just sit out and wait on gold for it to play out what we've said, and then we'll look for a trade. Okay, so I'm expecting gold to sell off into this region. If I see a proper breakout, I'll be willing to sell it into here and then buy back to the upside from here. This is what I'm expecting to play out on gold into next week. All right, now let's look at the yen basket. The yen basket has been very bearish since this week, and we already anticipated that because we're looking forward to a retracement. Right now, we're expecting the bullishness to resume on the red yen basket. We could see how it struggled to break these lows right here. And since then, we originally agreed that the yen basket is looking bullish at that point. And we saw the first bullishness. We expected the retracement all the way to this line right here, but price went even below our expectation. And then it traded into this region here, still around this other block. Right now, we're expecting a buy on the yen basket back to the upside. So the yen basket, I'm expecting a buy resumption starting from yesterday. I already started looking forward to a buy resumption from yesterday and started playing out all the way. Now we're expecting it to continue buying back to the upside. And when the yen basket is buying for the opposite side, that is what we're expecting on GBP JPY and Euro JPY and USD JPY. We expect them to sell when the yen basket is buying. Now for GBP JPY, this week, we said we wanted to see price buy into this region here. You can see the arrows we drew on Monday. We said we wanted to see the yen basket, sorry, the GBP JPY buy into 211604. And you can see how that played out. We had a couple of buy trades, and we're looking to see GBP JPY buy all the way here. And we bought, even though not all the way here, but we got some buys, some buy trades along the way, all the, okay, sorry. So let me clear a little bit of the chart. So we have, all right, so seeing that GPJPY has bought all the way here, we can see this bearish candle here showing some sign of rejection to the downside. Let's look even further on the 4-hour time frame. You can see how GPJPY is strongly pushing to the downside. One of the places I'm looking forward to seeing GPJPY break and close below is this 4-hour structure here. So I'm expecting a break and close below here today. Price has been struggling around there, but I'm still expecting it to break below that level. So on the 1-hour time frame, you can see that GPJPY has sold quite a lot, and we're expecting a retracement, then a continuation to the downside. In that light, I'll be having this fib this way. So I would want to see price maybe take out this high and then sell to the downside. So any high around here, I'll be looking for a sell on GBP-JPY. So at this morning, we're expecting a sell-off on GBP-JPY after a possible retracement. So let's keep our eyes peeled out for that. So GBP-JPY, I'm expecting a sell, but I'll be expecting the sell after price has taken out any of these places. So in any little form of retracement, I'll be shorting GBP-JPY. So at the end of this retracement, I'll be looking forward to a sell-off on GBP-JPY. Then on Euro-JPY, I expect something very similar. You can also see Euro-JPY. This is where we expected it to sell to, and it has sold where we expected it to buy to rather, and it has bought into that region. Right now, it is selling away from there, and it's just playing out according to our expectations. So Euro-JPY is still selling. Right now, it is about to take out the high of the day during the Asia session, and once it does that, I'll be looking for myself. So now that Euro-JPY has taken out the high of today, I'm expecting a reversal. So if I see any sign of reversal on Euro-JPY, I'll be taking myself to the downside. So Euro-JPY sell, and we're expecting a reversal sign to print out. So I want to see things like variation patterns, which is what we call the evening star pattern. Once I see that pattern show up on Euro-JPY, I'll be taking myself and riding it to the downside. Then I would want to also see maybe a bearish engulfing candle on, say, the 15 minutes or 5 minutes time frame, and either of the two would engineer my trade to the downside. So bearish engulfing candle, evening star pattern, any of these two that print out on 15 or 5 minutes, I'll be taking my sell on Euro-JPY. This is the things that I'm looking forward to seeing playing out on Euro-JPY this morning. So my trade for the day is a Euro-JPY sell, while we're expecting a sell on gold and a sell on GBP-JPY once they meet our criteria, at our points of interest. Okay, so these are the things that I'm looking forward to seeing today. Now we're going to be heading into the dollar more in depthly, where we're looking at GBP, USD, Euro, USD, and the yen, sorry, and the dollar index. And we're going to be having the analysis from Cynthia Wang. She tells us what she's seeing on the dollar pair. So Cynthia, you can show us what you are seeing on the dollar index and then on the dollar pair so that we can all take advantage of it together.
Good morning. Thank you very much, CJ, for that very wonderful analysis. It was precise and spot on. All right. This is just going to be a recap of everything that was analyzed during the London Monday market outlook. I beg your pardon. Right. So if you're here to share the link with everybody, this is the second phase. Kindly do well to share with everybody while I try to share my screen right here so we can proceed with my recap and possible entries that I'm looking at in the market. Just give me a second to pull up my chart and we will be heading straight to the market to see what it has for us today. So I'm going to be asking, can you see my screen? All right, so I believe we all can see my screen from our end. I believe we can. Starting off with the XY, what was analyzed and what played out in the market on a weekly time frame. We've been looking at a point of interest for a period of time now, right? Long term, of course, I always want to start from the long-term view. This left shoulder at 107.143, sweep, break, return right back here, and want to keep slamming dollar to the upside. However, on the daily time frame, we actually had a buy bias this week from Monday into the rest of the week. And of course, where do I think price wants to buy all the way into on the XY? There's the left shoulder right here, our classic box pattern that we use for entry. Shoulder at 98.324, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. Once price returns right here, we may see some weakness in the dollar moving forward. But we had a buy bias for the dollar this week, and let's see how that played out on 4-hour time frame. Of course, we saw some bullish move on the 4-hour time frame. Coming right here, price has been stalling and just ranging. And of course, we know that there's still more room for the XY to buy to the upside as what we have seen on the daily time frame. We want to see price retracing all the way right back into this left shoulder again at 98.324. So there's still room for the dollar to buy all the way to that level on the daily time frame. So establishing that our buy bias held for the dollar, we will be looking out for more entries for the buy on the dollar. On the 1-hour time frame, price is still ranging badly, but to the upside, of course, ranging but to the upside. So let's go to the much lower time frames to see if we can spot an entry for the continuation of the buy of the dollar. Right here on the 15 minutes time frame, this looks valid, right? Shoulder, sweep, break. Price actually returned right back into this level, but all the way to the upside. And we saw price retracing right back into this level. We may see more bullish moves to the upside on 15 minutes for the XY. I'm still holding on to my bullish bias. And when I see a clear entry, best believe we're going to be dropping it in the market color support group. Down to GBP USD, let's see what was analyzed, what played out, and possible entries, let's say into next week. So on the weekly time frame, we've been looking at this level for a period of time now. Shoulder at 1.24358 sweep, break, return right back into this level, and I want to buy GBP USD. Coming down to the daily time frame, however, the most recent price action seems to be bearish, forming lower lows and lower highs. Coming to the 4-hour time frame, however, we're even seeing that most recent price action is bullish in accordance with the outlook that we had on Monday for the sale of GBP USD. So everything played in alignment with what we were actually looking out for on GBP USD, the 4-hour time frame. Right. after establishing that, we still want to be looking out for sell opportunities on GBP USD. I will be looking out for entries. We had a sell bias, and everything, your entry has to be in alignment with the sell bias we had on Monday. Into next week, I'm still looking out for sell opportunities. Today and even into next week, I'm still looking out for sell opportunities on GBP USD. Let's see if there's a precise entry, right? According to the classic box pattern, of course. Let's see if there's one. I can't spot one on the 5 minutes time frame yet. But once we do that, best believe we're not going to leave you out of it. You're going to get involved. You're going to get involved in the analysis and the entry, of course, what we're seeing, our risk to reward, and all of that. So last on my list being Euro USD. Let's see what was analyzed and what played out and possible entries moving forward. Weekly time frame right here. We want to see price retracing right back into one spot 06629. Shoulder sweep break, return right back into this left shoulder, and I want to buy Euro USD. Coming down to daily time frame, most recent price action seems to be bearish. Why? Price failed to take out the high at 1.20427. Instead, price came here, formed a lower high, and we may even see more break to the downside, clearing the low right here, the low at 1.15754. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, let's see what is going on here. Everything seems to be in alignment. We want to see more sell on Euro USD. We had a sell bias on Monday into this week. The sell is playing out just as we said, right? So where do I think this sell will come into? There's still more room for Euro USD to sell, and this low right here at 1.15779 will be taken out moving forward, of course. So into next week, I'm still looking out for more dump on Euro USD, and of course bullishness on dollars, except otherwise the market does its thing, right? So I'm looking out for entries into next week, today and next week. Let's see on 15 minutes time frame based on the box pattern for more sales on Euro USD. I can't it's not so clear. If it is not obvious, it is dubious. Remember that mantra coined by CJ. So on the 5 minutes time frame right here, again, if it's not, I can't see any clear entry for the sell on Euro USD yet. It has not printed out yet, but according to our outlook and what played out, this is just a recap. We had a sell bias on Euro USD and GBP USD and a buy bias on dollar, and everything just played out smoothly. So we will be heading to the synthetics market to see what it has for us. Lakon, what are you seeing on your end for VIX 75 and other assets?
Thank you very much, Cynthia. Thank you. And that was a very insightful analysis, right? So this morning we are going to be trading to the synthetic to see very much what we have playing out in the synthetic market this morning. And it's been a very kind of quiet week for some of the peer. And this morning we are looking at 75 1S, and from there we look at some other synthetic PS2. Now, from 75 1S, if you look at it from the 4-hour time frame, you are going to agree, from the daily time frame rather, you are going to agree with me that now we are seeing that price is gradually approaching a daily order block, which is this level, even though overall we are in a consolidation phase. And this consolidation phase, from what we are seeing, has lasted for a while, for over about 6 months. If you look at it from June 2025, that's when the consolidation has been there so far. And what I'm seeing this morning is there's high probability, and we have more, tendency for price to still come and trade to take out all these support region that we are seeing here. This is just more like the base of all this move within the range. So I'm expecting price to come there, and I really look forward to price reacting at this 24-hour daily order block, so that would engineer more liquidity into this low to take out all this current low that we are seeing right now. So if you go to the 4-hour time frame to see what exactly is going on the 4-hour, you're going to agree with me that the same thing is going on there. We have this order block that is here, this sell to the downside. So I'm of the opinion that we should just, you know, mark out this region around this zone here. We should mark out this zone somewhere around this level so that when price gets there, we can easily, you know, come there and take our entry, right? So I'm expecting that price should, all things being equal, price should trade into this region, trade into this order block. Then when price gets there, we can easily begin to look for opportunity to short down further. All right. So that is one of my outlook for the 75 1S now, meaning I'm expecting price to come all the way to this zone. And when price gets here and it gives an entry signature like bearish engulfing, then we can easily follow through to sell further to the downside, knowing fully well that we are still in the overall market trend, which is still the sell to the downside. So I'm expecting that to happen somewhere around this level. All right. So that is one thing I'm looking out for. But if for any reason this one fails to hold, then we are going to consider this boss zone around this level. You would agree with me that this is actually a sweep of liquidity around this top here. And then as we have that one, we already have a break and we can see the other block that engineer this sell somewhere here. So if this particular one fails on this 4-hour, then we are expecting price to retrace all the way to this zone here. Then if that is, then it makes this a liquidity where price is going to take out all the way, right? So that is one thing we should look out for, and we are expecting price when if for any reason this one fails and we do not see any entry signal here, then that means price is coming to take out liquidity here and tap into this zone. Particularly this order block that we are seeing on the 4-hour time frame is a very great one for us to follow through, knowing fully well that we are expecting price to trade into the 24-hour zone below here to come and take out all this liquidity that is built below here. Price is to take it out and will follow through that way. All right. So that is what we are seeing for the 75 right now. Even if you check it from the 15-minute perspective, you are going to agree with me that we have similar thing playing out on the 15-minute time frame. If you look at 15 minutes, if you look at it. So the reason why we want to short from this region is because we already see a sweep of liquidity around this zone. If you look at it very well. So this is the sweep of liquidity and we've seen the break of profit downside. So we're expecting price to just retrace into that zone and begin to, you know, short 75 1S. So my eyes is very much on 75 1S for this morning, particularly today into tomorrow. All right, so looking at that too, let's quickly look at one more pair, which is this on 50. Yes, if you look at this 50, which is a very good pair, we can also consider too, right? This 50 is another pair we can consider. So that is one thing we should also look out for. All right, so if you look at it from the daily perspective, we are going to agree with me, 51S rather, we are going to agree with me that price has really traded, structure has been broken to the upside. So you agree this is an uptrend currently, right? We are in an uptrend from the daily time frame. Even on the 24-hour too, we are also still within an uptrend because looking at the last swing that price broke upside here, that's an uptrend. However, there's something very juicy here, meaning we are expecting price to come and take out this low here, right? So when price takes out this low, then price already took out this low and created a clear structure here. So this move we are seeing coming down here, I'm expecting it, all things being equal, to come and take out this liquidity below here. When price comes to take out this liquidity below here, then we should begin to follow it all the way back up, right? That is the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 1-hour time frame, you are going to see this current move that we are seeing on the 4 hours, let's see it on the 1 hour. We already see market structure shift here. So one thing I would expect is if for any reason price pull back all the way to this zone that we are seeing here, somewhere around this level, then we can consider, shorting a bit. And this is going to be a very low probability trade because it's more like a pullback. So if price gets here and gives the sell signature, we can follow through to the downside. Now, following through to the downside, we are expecting price to come and take out this. So what we really want to see happen is this. We want to see something of this nature happen. Let's have an illustration for that somewhere here. So we want to see something of this nature happen. Price trade into this zone, then begin to come. Price trade into this zone, begin to come a little bit more down. Take out this, and we are going to see it trade all the way back up. All right, so that is all we are looking out to see. Those are the two pairs I've seen today that we have more opportunities on. Others are still a bit, in a consolidation phase resting, and these are the two opportunities I'm looking out to see on this 75 1S and this 51S. All right, so once again, trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy, knowing fully well that weekend also the market is open and you can take opportunity of that. All right, so this morning we are going to be moving straight into the commodity market to see what is going on in the commodity market. Let me welcome the commodity queen to share with us what we have going on there so that we can take opportunity of what we have there. Good morning, Abigail.
All right, before commodity comes in, let's look at indices. Thank you, Lekor, for that analysis. I believe you can see my screen already. Okay, good morning, everyone. It has been a wonderful session already. I believe we're doing good. Okay, indices market has been beautiful. That's been awesome, if you would ask me, right? We've done pretty much well this week, right? We're unable to go live. That was on Monday because we saw the analysis very late into the night, around say 8:39 p.m. ish. So it was just dropped to the group, to the Telegram group. If you're not there already, ensure you find your way into the group, right? We'll attach the link to the description of this video so you can join. And it was simple. A recap of last week was that price got into this level on the this other block on the daily time frame, and then we stated expressly that until we see price violate this zone, we are looking for buys. We're looking for buys, right? And then everything is suggestive for the market pushing up, right? So fundamental has been somewhat sideways, but not extremely bearish, right? We're not seeing any dovish sentiment on fundamental. And then structure-wise, market structure extremely bullish on higher time frame. This daily time frame, the market structure is extremely bullish. So what that suggests to us that we should be looking for only buy position in the market, and that was what we're looking for actively throughout last week. And then immediately we saw that position on 15 minutes. We saw a very, very good box strategy that gave us all that we want. Remember, the box strategy did sweep and break, and then it gave us some form of inducement. This was the perfect confirmation for us to realize that the market is going to buy, right? We saw some form of inducement. What did price do? Like we stated clearly, price violated them and then begin the move to the upside, right? And then this was what we have. Yesterday we took our first take profit as 1:6. This zone 1:6, right? Yeah. Let me delete this. So we got our take profit at 1:6 from this zone, and then this is like an objective target, right? An objective target towards where we expect price to move towards, this zone. It's an objective target for us. And then I also sent a notification immediately price got there. People break even, secure profit, which I did myself. And then we allowed the markets to still continue its bullish move. I strongly believe we should see the last push today and to the upside that would eventually give us 1:11. I mean, but nonetheless, whatever happens, 1:6 has been secured profitably, and it makes sense to do that. If that was on a $100, that would be 600. If you leverage a $1,000 account, that would be 6K, right? So it was a good play we had on US 100. That's NASDAQ. We didn't have much of any play on US 100 in terms of analysis, and the reason was quite simple, because we didn't see our price action the best of we didn't get the best of the price action we're expecting, right? And then so we just left it. We left it, although I still have a running position on NAS, which was from this zone here. I think I showed us last week already. I have a long-term swing trade on NAS, right, which is still playing out. This other, I entered from this fair value gap. Price hasn't gotten to where I wanted to get to. Almost took me out, but it didn't. Yeah. And then been in the trade for more than 3 weeks now. This is the definition of patience, right? And then I'm looking forward to price, creating new high. So this is like 1:6, right? This other US 30 one was also supposed to be a long-term trade. As God we have it, price moved pretty much well. So we're able to secure 1:6 in 4 days. It's still a swing trade if you look at it, but then relative to this one that we've been on the trade for 3 weeks, it's pretty much longer. All right, that's all on US 100, and by next week will be the way price will close this week will determine strongly our bias for next week. But I look forward to a very bullish rally today, a very, very bullish rally, a violent one, if you'd ask me, right? So that's what I'm expecting today. If that should happen, then expect next week to be a continuation of the, movement to the upside. On S&P 500, what do we have? A similar price action to US 100, that's NASDAQ, right? And then price did pretty much well, though I wasn't focused on S&P 500 because of my analysis on US 30 and NAS 100 already. I had a running position on both of them. All right, so US 100 is also good. We have, but want to see a break above this structure point, yeah, this one will give us that confirmation for bullish rally to the upside, right? And with that, we'll now use that information to seek lower entries, probably 15-minute entry, 5-minute entry for bullish continuation in the market, right? That being said, that's been a very good one for us this week. 1:6 backed on US 30. If you're looking to pass your prop challenge, that means you just have 2% left to go. If that's 8% max, and then if it's 10% like FTMO, by next week we should see another 4%, hopefully by God's grace. All right, guys, that will be pretty much all on US indices this morning. Finally, our commodity trader will be coming on board shortly. The next phase and video you'll be seeing will be that of us, and should be looking at what the market has for us. All right, Abigail, over to you on commodity assets.
All right, Demola, thank you so much for that beautiful analysis. Like you said, we made a lot of money in the market color community this past week. And if you're not in that community and you just happen to stumble into this live on YouTube, make sure you get signed up and join that community. The link is valueflowtrading.com/market color to sign up so that you are part of that community and see everything that is being done in there. Okay, so looking at commodity currencies this morning, we had a detailed breakdown on Monday of what we wanted to see across board. For NZUSD, we have stated that we want to see NZUSD continue to buy into the next possible resistance, which it had on the top side here, right about here, and also here. And you can see Monday was 23rd of February. From then to what it has currently currently done, NZD-USD was buying, a new sunshine printed, so it caused this temporal sell and then resumed to buy. So I'm still thinking there's still a bit more buying pressure on NZD-USD. We could see more buys of this guy into the next resistance, except of course this low gets taken. You know, when I look at the market, I try to be as flexible as possible to see what price is going to do either on the upside or the downside. So if this zone gets taken out, it would then make me know that okay, for sure, NZD-USD sell is going to resume. As at now, I think there's going to be more buying moves, but if moving into Monday, would have a clearer picture to see what the market has in store for us for that week, seeing as this week is pretty much over, right? And then for AUD-USD, 23rd February to now as well, the NZD-AUD-USD has been buying, sunshine printed. We expected this temporal sell, came to take liquidity, and then it continued to buy. So the buyers that we had for AUD-USD and NZD-USD took place. They continue to buy. They give us those confirmational biases that we spoke about on Monday, and they bought. So now I'm waiting to see what next week has in store for me. Right now, last trade of the week was pretty much taken yesterday, and I'm pretty much done. Just waiting to see more opportunities and just prepare myself for the next week. So make sure you're here on Monday as well, so we can look at the markets together. But overall, right now, what I see on AUD-USD on the H4 time frame, sunshine printed, this is happening. If this zone gets broken through, then there's more buys going to be happening for AUD-USD. But if this resistance level holds and pushes price back down, then more sell pressures into our H1 point of interest, which would now be inside these indicators. Give me a second to. So our next POIs will now be inside these indicators if that resistance levels hold. Same thing with NZD-USD as well. If it fails to break through here, we'll see more buys until the next resistance level holds, because there's a bunch of liquidity along the line. There's diagonal liquidity. There's, all stop losses ranging around here that price will come to tap. And remember, price always goes for liquidity. So if this support level fails to hold, or rather holds fully, we'll see more buys. However, if it gets violated, there's also a bunch of diagonal liquidity residing on NZD-USD on the downside. So on Monday, we'll have even better picture to see what we have in store for that particular week. So again, please make sure you do not miss out on that session. Finally, looking at USD card from the 23rd of February to now, we have more buys, sunshine printed, and then this sell. Because of the sunshine that was printed, those of us who are first bootcamp students at the VFT Academy, then this sell is something we would have made money from. And that's pretty much what we're looking out for. Once again, thank you so much for joining these sessions. It is always an amazing time being here with you all. We reconvene on Monday by 8:30 a.m. on the dot. So tell a friend to join the sessions that we do here at the VFT Academy. And if you're looking to learn how to trade, simply WhatsApp 081 60 99 50 30 and let us get you on board and put you in the right track. With that being said, have an amazing weekend, everybody. Cheers. God bless.